Fortunately.
Bugging out.
Tribe.
I'm gonna do that, dude. It's like when you
It was a very last minute switch.
it's like listening to The Wizard of Oz with a Led Zeppelin playing
going
or something.
backwards.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a whole different thing. We're gonna have a whole you're changing my reality right now, bro. Tribe hit bugging out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love bugging out, but
Yeah.
I'm stoked that he made that last minute switch.
I think it was meant to be that way, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. We'll get into a lot of stuff too, because we could sit here for 4 hours and watch all your video parts, because not only in virtual reality was the best line ever filmed, in my opinion, at the tennis court. Shout out Jacob Rosenberg, but also in Modus Operandi.
That's one of your favorite lines. I thought the one at was it the courthouse?
The courthouse.
Yeah.
Oh, the library.
The library. Excuse me.
Oh.
In Modus.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know, what is that, a cello or something? What is that thing? But
I must have been killing Ty with sending him all the songs that I wanted to use for Modus. Like I was sending him some like techno Biggie songs and some, because I think whatchamacallit had just come out. Why am I spacing where you can download all the music? Napster. Yeah. So I was just like on one, just I had all these crazy techno remixes. I'm like, let's use this one. Let's use this one. I don't know.
And that's where you can find them, all those crazy remixes.
Yeah. I mean, and we used to rave back in the day, so I used to be super psyched on techno.
We used to rave back in the day.
No, but I was always be super into that kind of music, but you'd only hear it there. But and you're not gonna go buy that shit.
Right.
And so when all the free music started coming out, you get introduced to a whole
bunch of different mixes.
Yeah.
We gotta watch just this one. This is one. How many tries did it take you? This is one of the best lines ever filmed too.
That's what they say.
Look at this. 180 over the no push, switch front big, bam. Come on, dude, hard flip off the thing. How many tries? What are we talking?
The hard flip was first try.
Okay.
Because I couldn't. The problem was the 180, and then having enough speed for the switch big spin.
Because you didn't want to push, obviously. For the switch big.
and plus you don't really. I can't. I don't move that fast. I'm not a quick. I'm not one of those quick twitch skaters that can move really quick, and so it was. Yeah, that was the hardest part. Was having enough speed, and I think I landed one or two times the switch big spin, but really shitty, where I was rolling to the end.
Oh, okay.
Because
you landed that perfect, even with just a little bit of a pivot too. I love that.
And then it wasn't that too much of a pivot.
No, but it was perfect. I love that. That's my definition of the most perfect switch from big spin, because I don't like it when it's landed just that little bit of pivot.
Yeah.
It makes the trick look. And I'm not talking about yours. I'm talking about just in general. That. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Then you're able to get a push in there.
Yeah.
Just real quick, in order to kind of facilitate the line.
Did I push?
You did a quick one after
you did one push.
I've never even tripped on it. Yeah.
But after that switch front big, you did that. The hard flip you got, right?
No, I didn't really. I was just kind of learning them back then, because in the beginning I really hated hard flips. I didn't like the way they felt. I think I couldn't do them that good. Then just, I don't know, one time at USC in that time zone, doing frontside flips over the trash can on the side. I don't know, probably playing game skate, and then just tried it, and then it just started working, because landing kind of sideways and pivoting it, and it felt a lot better than what they felt like a few years before.
I hate hard flips, because I can't do them.
They're hit and miss with me, dude. It's one of those things.
But yeah, I was stoked. So when I did that, I was just like, I can't believe I just
Surprise yourself?
Just trying that line. I think, I don't know how long I tried that line for. It wasn't hell of long, but it wasn't quick.
Okay.
It
right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Pull up the questionable real quick too. No, excuse me, virtual. I know we're gonna watch some of this, but this line here, and again, this is one of my favorite lines of Mike Carroll. I'm sorry, I'm just fanning
What school
out
is
here.
Lincoln High School
Lincoln, yes.
in San Francisco.
Let's see here. I can't. Oh, there's Robinson's May.
That was a fun
Turn
spot
on
too.
your-
Remember Robinson's May, Jerome?
I do.
Did you skate there?
I backside flipped up it. Yeah, with a little bit of a pivot.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of a pivot.
No.
Okay, this line, in my opinion, I mean, this is 93, but everything was done so goddamn perfect. Right here.
Oh, you want a fun fact on that one?
Please, please.
The switch flip no slide.
Yeah.
Borrowed Sam Smythe's sweatshirt because I was gripping the fence. So
Wait.
I needed to. I asked him if I could wear a sweatshirt so I could hold on to the sleeve to
On
keep
the
my
fence, yes.
keep my hand from grabbing onto the fence.
Yep.
Oh, you use that? There it is. You pushed off there.
But
Oh
I
my
didn't
God,
grab it. Maybe my hand opened up. It looked like it, but I
But
did
just
it
to
for
kind
that.
of, hold
I did it
yourself.
for that fact, so I could just hold my hand inside to try, for the life of me, to not touch.
I'm gonna
or
tell you
grab
this:
on.
like, if you didn't have the sweatshirt on, everybody could see that you grabbed it right there. I mean, you touched it,
Oh, that's why I did it.
bro. It's genius, genius.
I was like, I couldn't not grab it.
Yeah, even when you
I-
try not to, it just still does it.
Yeah.
Dubs, do you know how many times I've watched this video? I've know it click for clack, and I've never noticed
never
that.
noticed that
no.
one?
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
you notice this Carl's Jr. board?
Yes.
All right.
Look at this line. Everything
It's
perfect.
a Danny Way Pro model, Carl's Jr.
Also, you said that was Jacob's board.
Yeah, that's before there was a filmer board, filmer setup. That's Jake Rosenberg's setup, and we were at Embarcadero earlier that day, and I had a little temper tantrum and focused my board.
That happened
And
quite often back then.
I know.
Yeah, and so I asked him for a ride home, and then on our way home, I asked him if we could stop at Lincoln to just look at the spot.
And then that's it. Wait, was he filming on this board? Those wheels are like 20 millimeters.
Or did you switch the board out?
No,
That's his board.
that's his setup.
Look at this half cab heel, dude.
You must have really liked his board because this shit worked out for you that day.
It was weird. I usually can never skate anyone else's board, and back then that back 180 on flat was like I was so insecure about it because if you didn't flip it, that shit was whack.
Yep.
And I don't know why I thought it was okay to do that. I'm glad I didn't care, but
I thought it made the line even better.
I was kind of like upset with myself at that moment. But
This half cab heel is so fucking perfect.
I mean, dude,
Good lord, man. Wow. So,
and I was wearing some etnies right there.
you can't tell.
Yeah, I know. I wish you could.
I had to get those two out of the way.
Were you getting shoes at that time?
I think so.
Really?
I would get. No, wait. Like. No, I didn't get shoes from anyone back then.
Yeah.
You didn't get shoes from anyone back then.
Nah. I mean, I randomly got a box from from Don Brown. I think at that time he was just sending shoes to. I'm not saying he was sending shoes to everybody, but definitely he was sending it he was one of those guys that was really good at promoing at that time, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
was-
shoes were very scarce at that time.
Yeah, no, like no one had any shoe sponsors. Like I feel like Eric might have been one of the only ones that had a shoe sponsor when we started Girl. I think he was getting Airwalk boxes.
Oh wow. Weren't they would companies would just send boxes of shoes, right?
If
Like
you're
that.
Eric Costin.
No, like to Girl or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
Wouldn't they just
yeah.
send so everybody could
I
rock
remember
them?
Converse at one time
Yeah.
was sending
Yeah.
big boxes, and we all got to kind of get a couple
Yeah,
pair.
there was a Converse moment, but I wasn't living in LA at that time.
That was before you got there.
Yeah, but I remember there was a Converse moment. For
I was
sure.
living vicariously through all you guys, man. What about this moment? This is you. That's you. We got you,
Charlie.
you know,
Got the
that's,
rave day.
at the rave. You know, I don't know where this is. This could be Ibiza. It
gotta
could be
get
just
face
downtown
photo,
LA.
man.
You know,
Holy
we don't know.
shit.
Oh, I just let go of my balloon. Just let go of the balloon. Just like, I'm feeling good.
Charlie is so good.
Dude, that's good shit, man. But we will talk more skate, like that era. I think we'll talk more that era because it's my favorite era, and we'll get into it too because I think, and I talk about it on the show all the time. I'm sorry if I'm a broken record, all you fans out there, but it's fascinating to me how Blind Video Days comes out, and then Questionable comes out, and then Virtual Reality, all in the span of like 3 years, and just the progression was going at like lightning speed. So I'd love maybe to watch these videos and get your take on kind of what was going on down there, because I'm feeling like you're watching Blind Video Days, and you're already surpassed that. But I don't know. We can
everything
talk
kind of
about
seemed it was kind of happening simultaneously to a degree, and just the blind video days came out obviously way before, not way before, but like
a year
before.
before
Right.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just so
Or like-
fast. Like you guys are filming videos, like, you know, like what? Pretty Sweet. No, Pretty Sweet. Like some of these videos take 4 years. Like at a certain point, Lakai video took 4 years, right?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Took
yeah,
5
right.
years.
Took that. But then back then, they're not. You guys are pumping these things out, and Pat Duffy's going crazy down handrails, and like everything's happening so fucking fast. But I want to get into all that because we're gonna watch some videos.
Yeah, I think you.
Go ahead. No.
I
What?
think you take 4 years on all those other videos because you have all these other videos behind you that you want to
man, this
live
is
up
better.
to or something like that.
Right.
You know, and
I see what you're saying.
and back then you're just put out a video. You didn't care. Or in the beginning,
Right.
you know, like a Questionable or an H Street video.
I was
or
gonna say
Yeah.
Hocus
Blind
Pocus,
Video Days,
rubbish.
like you
shit,
don't
shut
have
it on.
anything that you're trying to better
Right.
at that time.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't
Questionable
know.
seemed like it was on that pace just because what Mike Ternowski was putting into it and kind of making it seem like he was trying to make it a different approach that was going to stand out.
Yeah, and you know, everyone's learning so much at that time, and everyone's feeding off of each other, especially down in Embarcadero.
Yeah, dude.
You know, it's like
Henry.
someone learns a trick, and then everyone else learns that trick. Everyone's trying to learn together, and then someone does a no slide nose grind, and then some, you know, and then everyone's doing variations.
Cycle.
The pressure flips, and then everyone had to learn every variation of pressure flip.
I
So-
remember being at EMB and then like I did something there and then either you or Henry were just like, hey, can I try that with you? And I'm just like, that's actually dope that you asked to, instead of just going and trying it. You know what I mean? It was a refreshing approach because I was not used to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, we always would try stuff together. It's funny how things became, and
Mhm.
it's like you kind of don't try the same trick as someone else. Maybe I don't know if that's like part of a progression, and that becomes some unwritten rule after you.
Well, filming wise, yes.
Yeah.
If you're
yeah,
filming at a spot, you just don't do the same trick at that same spot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think that's it. If you're trying to get a trick.
But if
or-
we're just skating together, but I was like, again, it was refreshing to me because no one's ever asked me, can I try that with you? It would be more like someone would just go try it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And I think that was cool, especially at that time.
Yeah, for sure. There was those kids that would try to go do tricks behind you.
Because I think you're a little bit emotional at that time. You're still growing into who you're going to be. And like, you know, you can get caught off guard by somebody like, wait, what are you trying to do right now, bro? I'm trying. Don't you see I'm trying that?
Yeah. There was moments, I think, that people got a little sensitive on each other.
For
I'm
sure.
Sure.
You know,
For sure.
For sure.
I'm sure. Yeah. Wow. What a time, man.
That
what
happened
a time.
like that with like Eric. I think that happened with me and Eric. I was just like, dude, you gotta stop. You're too good. Like, don't just do the trick just because you can do it. Like, let me do it. You know what I mean?
Like he's just kind of
Let me
fucking
be
with you.
the only
Yeah.
one.
Like oh, Dubs is trying this. I'm just gonna do it real quick.
Yeah, dude. I think I remember with the trick specifically was nollie no slide. I think I was trying nollie no slide down a rail or some shit, and sure enough, he fucking just did it. I don't know. I was like, dude, you seriously, bro?
Just
I
let me
love
get
that.
this moment.
Yeah, let me just live.
I hate to bother.
Is this a Jake video?
I don't know. We got something going on, but really quickly, JC, do you mind, bro, getting me a water? I forgot to get. I forgot my little cup of. I was so frazzled today, man. I had a lot of stuff going on and stuff. So I apologize.
It's all right. It's
Okay,
all right.
thank
We
you.
got
It's a
you.
little parched over here. Get this guy
A little
some
parched,
I
dude.
think I hear my nose whistling.
Do you?
water. you can breathe into the.
That happens to me when I'm.
I'm whistling.
That happens to me when I'm laying down at night to go to bed, Dubs. You know, start playing music out of my nose. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Nobody's
that's
there. Like,
my
that's
daughter
how-
had to blow her nose, and it's funny.
Really?
She doesn't like the sound of my nose blowing.
dude, everybody blows their nose differently. Are you blowing your nose like Dad blowing nose now?
It's insane. But I've always
Oh,
my
you-
shit's always been loud. But yeah, it is extra dad.
Just
Startle the kid.
neighbors are fucking
Yeah,
getting.
If
it's
she's not paying
loud.
attention,
I
like,
got it.
yeah.
I got it. Like especially after she goes to sleep. You know, I'm in my bedroom or bathroom, just going to blow my nose, and then it's just like I gotta do that shit. Try to do it so quiet. So
Or
it
go on the
doesn't,
opposite side of the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Try to learn how to do it without acoustics.
too good.
They're right though, man. Street Fighter Clay. This is, I mean, bro. Like Mike Carroll's one of my childhood. You know, I looked up to this dude, bro, and then we became friends, and he sponsored me and everything. It's crazy, dude. I should have got on more of your companies, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, we're doing. No, I'm forever grateful that you guys took a chance on me. I don't know how much you had a part in that, but you know, I'm sure everybody
Was a fan.
was like that.
It's a collective.
It's a part of the approval process.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I did like about Girl in Chocolate too, or I still like about it is a family atmosphere. It's a family thing where you know nobody's getting put on just at left field. It's like it goes through the kind of the whole team and everything, and I like that. You can in skateboarding nowadays you can kind of tell what's contrived. You know,
Yeah.
people are building companies, they're building teams, and you know half the times these people don't even skate together. You know, so. I remember seeing these guys coming into the courthouse, you too, going into remember the ponds?
Thanks for letting me skate there.
Oh, no problem, dude. I
I
mean,
would have let you skate in Barcadero.
would you? I don't, I was a James Kelch of the courthouse,
Yep.
you know?
You were
I
the
was
mayor.
Far from it, dude. But no, it was watching you guys come in and I buy product off. I don't know about you necessarily,
No, I
but I
wasn't
buy
selling boards
product
a lot.
of. Well,
Mike didn't do that.
I did back
Low key.
then. No. It was more in the end of the Plan B
Right,
zone. Yeah.
Right.
well, when you start to own your own
Yeah,
company,
that's-
like, girl,
that
you're
doesn't-
not going out and
No, that doesn't
loading up
make
a
sense.
trunk full of boards and going out and selling them.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are.
No.
No, I don't
I'd
think that
never
makes
even
sense.
thought of it like that. But yeah, I guess that's right. That's why.
We are going to. What is this, JC? This is me.
I don't know. I was going to get water. And Charlie sent it through.
What were we talking? Sometimes Charlie does stuff. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I got Argyle socks on, some nice shoes on a bed.
What were we talking about? The
I don't know. Oh well.
Huh?
camp? Not coming to.
You want a commercial break?
No, it's fine.
Do you guys do commercials?
Sometimes, yeah. we
Yeah?
do. Yeah.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
the
I'm sure
podcast
we-
reads.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into a lot of fun stuff. We're gonna play skate trivia with you too. That'll be fun. We're gonna watch some. We're gonna watch your part in questionable, and maybe some other parts will depend on how far we get and everything. But a big thing that happened too, and again, I don't know how much you want to talk on it. I don't know how much you can talk about it. I don't know. I mean, it was a big thing in skating when you guys kind of, well, the Lakai thing. You know, this Mark Roka dude was putting out these Instagram posts, and then you guys were out, and pretty much the whole team bailed. And then Luis Mora got in there, and I don't know how much percentage he got, but it was a big debacle. It was a big debacle. And again, I don't know how much, but I think a lot of people were devastated, dude. Like a lot of people that grew up. I mean, like Lakai changed the game in skateboarding. Like the Lakai fully flared. It was like that changed skating. Like there's certain videos that come along and just like stop time and continue on with like a new chapter, right?
Yeah,
Of skating.
it's interesting how that one was one of those for sure.
Dude, fucking gnarly.
No, that
Yeah,
video
you saw
was a
a
game
lot
changer.
of skating, different like the younger kids like getting inspired by that
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
Even the older dudes were like,
because
fuck.
it got a little bit more technical than it was
Yeah.
a little bit before that. So it was pretty cool. Like
Dude.
Mark and Guy.
Mark and Guy, Mike Mo.
Yeah.
Mike Mo
Yeah.
came along and just, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah,
You know?
everyone, but like I'm just saying with those certain new tricks like combos.
For sure.
Also, I want to. I mean, I'm just going to call out too, like just the intro of Fully Flared with the, you know, the all the explosions and Spike Jones being a part of that. Like, you know, when you watch something on your iPhone, yeah, it's cool to watch explosions, but when you're watching it in like a theater and you're these fucking walls and skate spots are exploding and the surround sound and like, it was fucking gnarly.
The premiere.
It was
Yeah.
gnarly,
Right,
dude.
yeah. It was really cool to go on the premiere tours too,
Yeah,
just
I
to
could imagine.
see all the different. When you're making something like that, you don't know how people are going to like take to it, and you're just like so nervous and scared that it's gonna flop or something.
Right, right.
No matter how good everyone's doing while filming, but
Dude, it's gnarly, dude.
yeah,
But yeah, that video alone changed skateboarding. But a lot of things that you guys did, and again, like this was kind of like a bittersweet, like a bitter ending to the whole like saga, you know. And I know business is tough. Like you guys did go through some iterations of like, you guys started it through Podium, and then you eventually, I don't know what happened. Like you sold to like the Huff kind
yeah,
of.
we didn't sell. We didn't
foundation.
sell. We basically we didn't sell.
No.
It just, you know, we didn't make some
I think I'm gonna go with a druid for multiple reasons.
Right.
hard decisions,
Okay. Right.
and it strained the business.
Mhm.
And then an investment company came along and
Helped.
helped, gave it a lifeline,
Okay.
but it was no longer our company at that time, and it
Right.
wasn't sold.
That's so interesting.
It was probably dissolved.
Okay.
Then it got transferred to Huff, and that's when we realized that we had no control.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And that was in 2014.
And that's when we found out when it got transferred over to Huff, it we realized we didn't have control. So
Right.
we just
Did
we're
you like
holy
take a
shit, this is
back-
fucked up. So we got a loan
Oh,
and bought Girl and Chocolate back.
got it back.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's ours 100%
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so it was
Yeah.
a whole. It was like a whole
Yeah.
deal.
It was all of that.
Oh shit! I didn't
And it wasn't a
realize
deal.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Business is gnarly,
Yeah.
and
it is.
it's funny
but it
because
wasn't sold. There was no money grab.
Right.
No. If anything, we got a lifeline to keep doing what we love.
Right.
it's interesting because when you think about a skateboard company, you don't think about all the behind the scenes stuff. You don't think about how business is actually run, and like it's real.
Yeah.
It's not like skaters just having it's like this is real shit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like this is some shit that like big corporations go through, you know?
Yeah, and we didn't make some hard decisions, and
Yeah.
you know, and because everyone deserved what they were getting,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned a lesson, and so, and that's what happened. That's where we lost control, and
I also think
it's so hard to talk
It's
about
hard to tell,
because
for sure.
there's so many there's
There's
so many
layers.
details and to speak on it. If I say one thing, I gotta say another, and then I say another, and then and if don't have it all
Right.
ready in my head, I'm not a good storyteller, or you know, like even if they're facts, it's
Yeah.
just like
I mean, basically, we could be here for 7 hours.
yeah.
That's
We-
basically
no, we
right.
could.
Yeah,
Especially like the way I try to tell something, I'll run on a sentence and keep
Well, it's
talking
hard.
about something that has nothing to do with it, and so
dude.
But
it's-
also, it's hard when like it's so close to you, so it makes it emotional and it makes it harder to talk about.
yeah,
So, and I mean, sometimes with business and stuff, it's better to keep it on the back burner so not everybody knows what's going on and just trying to be nosy all in your business. You know what I mean? So, I can understand, like, not wanting to divulge certain things or,
Yeah, but the dude fucking posted on the Lakai site, and it's like, you're really trying to go public with stuff, and it was all bullshit.
Yeah.
He sprinkled in a little bit of truth. And
Okay.
it's just like, you're really taking it to that, like.
There could have been definitely a better approach. I mean, we all
it's
kind of
just
spoke
like,
on it.
And just like the way he was talking, it's just like, wow,
Dude.
you're embarrassing yourself.
When that Instagram post went up, people were like, "What the fuck?" It like came out of left field.
It was
for like
like a parody of something, like satire.
Because when we think of Lakai, we think of your guys' voice. We don't think of some dude. Like, we think of like Rick Howard and Mike Carroll. It's like
the team was making more than the whole management team. And it's like,
how is that even
the
possible?
skate team was making, like, he was complaining about that.
Right. Oh, right.
Something like that. I don't remember for
Oh man, it's
word for word.
Right.
But anyway, I don't want to give them air. We already gave them him too
Right.
much air.
Right.
No disrespect to the skaters. You got to do what you got to do to feed your kids.
For sure. It must be weird, like looking outside, looking in now. Right?
Yeah, it's like seeing your chick wearing all the clothes that you bought her, and wearing the jacket, and your ex-chick. And so
Yeah.
it's like, and posting like photos of it, like,
Right.
look at this. This is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the easiest thing to see, especially if it's not, tasteful.
But I honestly, I don't see it, and people try to talk to me about it, and it's pointless to try to talk to me about it,
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, whoever, like, posted this or a video about this dude talking about that.
Right, you're removed.
It's like, yeah. Like, I got
We gotta move on.
I got other shit to pay attention to in life,
Right.
That's not.
Totally. I will say this though, sometimes when like something ends and you're kind of free to wear
Oh my
other
God.
things.
That's what's been sick, dude.
I was gonna say sometimes it's like this big thing it's like these things that get lifted off your shoulder and you feel so free, and like it's rad to see you like wearing a pair of the new Reynolds shoe, like skating. I'm like, yo, he kind of looks dope in New Balance. I never seen you wear shit like that.
I was tripping. I was like, there's so many, like, there's no Adidas skate shoes when we started. I mean, maybe there was, but nothing worth skating. They were whack as fuck back then. Now there's some sick ones.
Definitely.
I got the new Lucases, like, and those are sick.
New Lucas.
Yeah. Or I don't know if they're new, but the ones that had the super bright soles.
Nice big one.
Yeah. Are those sound bites?
That's our sound bites when somebody donates. We appreciate you, Richard Wade.
Yeah, but like, getting to skate and all the shoes.
Yeah.
Like all the random shoes.
do.
Skating an Ave shoe right now.
Because it's
telling
been
you.
so long, dude. Because not for nothing, you used to be like a really big shoe head.
Yeah.
So it's like I know it's kind of cool to
I'm
kind
just
of like
a kid
celebrate
in a
that
candy
again.
shop right now. Like, can I get hey, what's up? Can I get
This is my
those
Carol.
look sick. Like,
Yeah. What has been your favorite shoe? Do you have a favorite shoe that you've been skating in at the moment, or is it
like,
kind of across the board?
they're all rad. They all have rad aspects to them, and but like I just have this issue of like, oh, if this was mine, I would do this or I would do that.
That just
you
comes
know?
natural. Like that's what you do.
That's
Like,
just
yeah.
what I do, and that's the one thing that I'm just like, oh, I have so many ideas.
Right.
You
My
know?
love, my
Not
everything.
only that, I mean, your first shoe was through Vans, right?
Yeah.
You had the Mike Carroll Van. Can we pull up some of Carroll's shoes?
And when all this happened, I think Quarter Snacks had just put out one of my shoes. So there was
I do remember that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, like there was a Vans Quarter Snacks.
Oh.
And so like
That happened simultaneously with
it
all
was
this.
like it might have happened right before that.
Wow.
And so like, but I had gotten the pair sent to me like a few days later because I had hit
Wow.
them up before all of this happened. Like, oh yeah, hey, I want to get a pair of those, just to save.
Yeah.
And then they showed up like right after all of it happened. I'm like,
Jeez.
oh shit, I got a pair of shoes to wear.
See how that
Oh my
works. It came around
gosh.
360.
Yeah.
JC's loading up some stuff. Here it is. This is the Vans. Let's
Yeah,
check this
find the
out
quarter
real quick.
snacks one.
Yeah, this is, but
Oh, that's I forget who just did that.
oh,
It was
who-
like someone from Virginia or
oh,
something
really?
like that.
Somebody did that? Okay.
Wait,
But
was it? I don't know. I just
I don't
randomly
know.
saw it.
But this was a rendition of your
Yeah,
Vans
no,
shoe.
no, no, that's
Yeah,
my shoe. Yeah. No, I was just trying to see the colorway, and
And did you model it off of a half cab? Like you
so
must have liked the half
The
cab.
way the shoe happened was, I wasn't even sponsored by Vans yet, but I was talking to the team manager at the time,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, that would be sick if you had like a half cab shape, and I forget the name of the regular high top, the classic Vans shoe back then. I was just like, but if you had the half cab and you had a stripe on it, because like the half cab, like the Vans stripe,
No
like
stripe,
why?
yeah.
That would be sick as fuck.
Right.
To, have to be rocking the Vans stripe, like, and then I don't know. The next thing you know, it's like, hey, do you want to do a shoe? I was like, fuck, that would be sick.
how
That's
long-
amazing.
Because
I
I
like
feel, how long were you on Vans and had that shoe though? I feel like
Only
it
a
wasn't
couple years.
Okay.
Only a couple years because DC had started right around that time,
okay.
and Vans at that time was kind of, they're going through, I think, maybe a little identity crisis. And
Gotcha.
like at that time, they didn't even want to put.
I love that you're here,
stripe
baby. Thank you for being here, my
on
love.
their shoes,
Didn't wanna do
I'm so
that.
happy.
So that was a compromise, the perforated stripe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so back at that time, it wasn't the Vans that you know now, or
Right.
like the Rally Vans, like when
Right.
Rally got on, and then
Do
they
you-
came back.
Do you
So,
remember
yeah.
what year that was?
Mine,
Yeah, the Vans shoe.
95, 96,
95,
96.
96. Okay. Interesting.
And
Huh.
then, DC came around, and I was super hyped on what they were doing.
Right. Can we pull up his
Thank you, baby.
DC shoe?
I love you, baby. I can't wait to see you.
So
That was my
DC, that,
first DC ad.
That was
That's
an ad.
the
That's not the shoe though.
plug or something like that.
Let's see.
Boxer.
Did Charlie pull up? Okay. What about that?
That's a bail.
I'm talking about the shoe, but as long as we're talking about
that
it.
happens.
Let's talk about
Front heel?
it. Yeah, right? That's what
Aw,
I'm
thank
talking
you,
about.
baby. Yeah,
No,
do it
it's
for you,
like
baby.
fucking frontside flip. Bail.
Dude, that looks like a front heel.
That's
to
what
me.
You,
I'm
baby,
talking
from day one.
about. Like, it's a bail.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, no, so I got hurt.
Oh.
I got hurt, and I was trying this trick, and I didn't even try it good. I never flipped it and caught it and put it down or anything like that. And so,
Oh my God.
and then I got hurt, and then I needed to add, and
There it is.
voila.
There it is. Whoa. Dude.
Yeah.
So the
this is
DC run was
embargo.
about 4 years, from '96 to about 2000.
Me, DC, it was 97, 8-ish,
Okay,
and to 99.
it's very short-lived.
Fast, right?
Yeah, very short-lived.
Yeah, man. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot happened in those couple of those years.
Yeah.
DC Super Tour.
Yeah.
Iconic, dude. Iconic. Oh, here we go. This is the shoe. This is
The
this
Cosmo.
Is it. This is it. Wait, is this a? Wait,
This shoe was hard.
That's the library right there.
there's a library, dude. Is that a bail too? Let's see. No,
It's sequence
That's a
bail.
bail.
Listen, back then, people piece some shit together. man.
Big
We
Brother
don't even know.
would definitely do that for sure.
Yeah. I never skated there, man. I wanted to.
I mean, or like Big Brother, screen grab,
Video grabs.
Yes.
video grab,
Video grab.
Yeah.
video
all day.
grab sequences. I had some clips that they were shocking on video, but I was like, let's video
Put it in.
grab this, and
else?
sequence it.
What else do we got up here, JC? What other shoe? Okay. Huh. Cosmo.
And the
What's a Kovar?
Rick's Kovar. That's his.
Okay.
I think his mother's maiden name,
Oh, okay.
or something
So,
like that.
How many shoes did you have on DC?
Two.
Just two. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for
Cosmo and Embarco.
the Embarco. Okay.
So sick.
What other shoes? Did Charlie? Did he? I think he pulled a bunch of shoes. Is that where you're getting them from?
Do you want more DC?
I want more Carol. Oh, the Lakai one. Let's check out the Lakai. Because this was an iconic shoe too. I feel like a lot of people rock that shoe.
Yeah, that was the the reimagined version in 2020.
Okay.
So different sole.
Oh yeah, that
but I like
came
that
back.
sole. I like that sole better anyway.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are you're a cup sole guy?
Yeah, I've been like I remember after we started Lakai wanting vulcanized so bad, like trying to get vulcanized because I miss that Vans half cab feel. You know, I wanted that so bad, and then when we finally got it, I skated it probably for a year or two, like 97, 98 ish, or I mean 07, 08 ish, and then I accidentally had to skate in a cup sole, and then I was just like, oh, this feels fucking way better, because it was springy, and because I think cup soles had evolved by then.
Yeah.
They weren't that clunky, fucking big, you know, beefy sole.
All right.
You know.
They slimmed down a bit.
Yeah, and we just started perfecting them, especially the way we did it at our shoe company. I'm not gonna name any names. And then,
that little shoe company, man.
yeah, and then so yeah, I had been cup sole ever since.
Okay.
I was trying to get that going again for ever since, like even through the 2010s, through the whole vulcanized craze. I'm just like, we need cup soles.
Right.
That's why I was stoked when Vincent's shoe came out. That was I don't know if you guys paid attention to it, the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shoe was sick.
Yeah, I never been. I feel like I was a cup sole dude and like skating for audio, but then I just became a Volk dude because I feel like Volks were just around more. Like there was just a plentiful.
Yo, what a big bean burrito, Bowser.
Yeah,
But even through DVS, maybe Huff shoe was.
There was
I don't
really
think that
not.
was
We only
Vulcan.
we had something,
Thank
but
you,
it was
man.
very
Thank you, baby.
far few in between. It was
Thank you,
majority.
darling,
It
my love.
was
Yo,
cup-
what's
cup-
up,
It was
Bowser?
good,
Big
but
bean
then
burrito,
once it
welcome
went,
again.
Volk, it went Volk.
Yeah.
It was just
You
ridiculous.
went Volk hard.
Yeah.
You know.
And then, what was I about to say? Oh, that's why I like Reynolds' new shoe. I was just like, that's what's up.
How do you when you skated Reynolds shoe? Oh wait, real quick.
Let's get going.
There's the. Is that the first? That's a reimagined one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell by the sole. Okay.
But that's so sick.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a good.
I was
shoe.
trying to get so many of our other shoes that were vulcanized only, at least on that on that sole at the very least.
Okay.
But
It's a good little.
the
silhouette.
powers that be weren't really trying to listen.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
man.
we can.
They
Maybe
didn't want that.
Maybe we can get a colorway going or something. Too soon, man. Too soon. Sorry. What was I gonna say about the? Man, I just had something to say about. I don't know. I feel like the Volks they came in heavy, and that's why I just kind of switched to Volks and stay with Volks because for me it's like trying to switch boards, right? It's like when I find that perfect board, I'm not switching because I'm gonna have a bad day. And so once I find the perfect shoe, I try not to switch. I'm going to have a bad day if I just kind of keep switching shoes around,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Carol skated my board one time.
Did
I was
he?
hyped. Yeah, in a video part too.
You got a
dude.
clip?
Tray flip over the manhole in the street, dude, where the dartboard. It was a 7.5 or something like that. And you said that you had like hurt your ankle and you needed a small board to skate.
Which video was this?
Dude, I don't know, man, but
It was a clip.
it was a clip, dude. It was a line. And then you skated the Staples Center manual, the ones that go
Oh.
up, you know? You did a manual impossible.
Oh, that's fully
Ah.
flared. Oh, are you saying the downtown LA line?
Yeah.
The one
You were skating
going
my
downhill?
board, bro.
Love you,
Yeah, that wasn't a 7.5.
Dude, it was like I used to skate
Oh, yeah,
7.5,
they
dude.
were at that
Yes.
moment. They didn't. Right after that, like
This is not the board. This is not the board, but
no, but
Where
that's
is it,
crazy
bro?
because
this is it. This is it. Watch.
You remember, huh?
I remember.
Ooh, that was sick.
Watch this.
What's my baby and I'm in Miami? Want to see a photo?
There it is. Dartboard. You can see it clear as day, man. I was hyped when I saw that, dude. Come on, bro. Oh, the backside. And then yeah, I think you did the manual. Maybe it's later.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Australia.
Yeah.
I remember this.
But do you remember the thing that you said, like you got hurt or something? I remember you telling me, like, yeah, I skated your butt because I got hurt and I needed a small board to easily pick it up or something.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I'm bugging.
That might have been
I
something.
might be
Harbor.
bugging. I might be bugging.
That might have been something
Amazing.
else.
Why the hell were you skating at
Bow
775
Harbor?
then?
I mean, boards didn't go up to 8 at that time. I don't think boards were 8 at that
Fully
moment.
flared? Really?
Yeah.
Damn, maybe I'm tripping.
Were they?
I thought
don't
they
think
were.
I think they're about to go
Well,
to
what
8.
year did Fully for 2007?
7.5 and no, I don't think they were riding 7.5s at that time. It was more 8.
I think
was
so,
more 8?
dude.
Yeah,
It's 2007.
I don't know.
That's like right around the time they kind of came into fashion.
The 8s, right?
Yeah.
It was like right in this area. Because I remember I had a
Oh,
7.78.
better.
Yeah.
It's 7.78.
7,
And
7,
that
8.
was too big to sell to shops. And that's what I was skating.
7.78 was too big.
Yeah, that was like early mid 2000s. Yeah. That I remember that was too big for shops.
Crazy.
And that's the board I was riding. I was just like, I want this in production. You know?
There's nothing too big for shops these days.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just like so funny.
Yeah. Have you seen the eggs? Heroin eggs?
Yeah.
Those things are
those
no
things are
joke.
like 8 feet long,
The triple egg.
8 feet wide.
Those things are sick. I
They're
wanna
like
get one.
9.5, 10s.
No, more. 13.
Shut
Bro.
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it's called something. Is it egg or
Egg. Egg
the
shape.
13 one?
Exila.
Eggzilla.
Exilla.
What do you know what it is,
Oh,
Raj?
egg, yeah,
13?
Exilla.
It's massive.
It's massive. Yeah, it's
Exilla
massive.
3.
14.25.
I mean,
Dude, that'd be
that's a
so fun.
skimboard. You got a skimboard. You know what I mean? You
Dude,
bring
shout
that
out
to the beach.
hey, shout out to skimboarders, bro. that shit is fun, dude.
What's
I like
It is,
a good
it's hard.
skimboard.
It's hard.
Do you know what size that? Do you know the couch, the power slide shape that we do? The trail tap power slide shape. Is it 9 or 9.5? I just set it up the other day.
And it feels big.
I mean, it feels big, but it's like one of those one. It has the shorter wheelbase, like the 13.75 wheelbase. So when you skate it, it pops like a good board, like a regular
fast, yeah.
board. But
Interesting.
it's wide. It's like 9 or 9.5. but
Doesn't seem all dumpy.
No, but it's just like it feels so sick when you're just cruising around.
I started
Your feet are all over it.
the thing.
So much
Mike,
under your feet.
I've had a board madness. I stopped listening to people. I can't listen to people anymore. Andy Anderson comes on our show. He talks about, he sells me on his board. He's very good. Like, it makes me think I could skate like Andy Anderson if he's like, oh, you got to try, and then you use it, and then you try this shit. And then Paul Schmidt comes on the show, and he's talking about wheelbases and this and that, and shape this and shape. And then I start to change all my shit around and start to change my trucks and my wheels and everything. And then after a while, I was just saying, I got to stop this madness, dude. Let me go back to 775 that I know.
Are you on 775
True.
right now?
7.8. But even the board, like my chocolate board's a twin. We got to make a twin. I've got to make a 775 twin,
Ooh, dude.
bro.
Be a freestyle board.
Oh my
Pretty
god,
much.
we got to do that.
Pretty much.
But I start to get it, bro. It's
Could be
just
a freestyle
too
board.
much. It's too much. I can't keep listening to people,
Nice
dude.
big one.
Hey, Ryan Kula with the $100. Curious what the
Kula.
sound bite is for a hundo. You know what? I gotta change that. I gotta make it some. What's you pick, Kula? You pick the sound bite, and we'll make that happen.
Much love, Cooler.
Do you want it to be like this one?
I put lube on the knob.
No. What about this one?
Nice big package.
What about this one?
This guy makes the whole place to bacon.
Or this one?
Roger never goes to
Oh.
What,
Or what
these
about-
all sound bites? I was reading this and then I'm hearing all this stuff in the back.
What about this?
Nebulars.
You know what I'm saying?
Daddy skates a little.
Nebula. Wow. Malawi, baby. Strain Hunter's going to Malawi.
For the last 10, 12 years, I'm doing expeditions all over the world. I have never filmed my expeditions because, of course, it was always a secret. And it's time to show the world how we
When was this published? 13 years
start
ago.
from scratch. How does a seed company should work,
2011.
and where does he obtain his stuff that is grown outside?
September
That's
7th,
why we decided to
2011.
go to all different regions to show where the original Malawi gold comes from.
Malawi, baby.
Franco!
Hurry on.
How are you?
Fine. How are
Yeah, very good.
you?
Your son took good care of us, huh?
Yes.
Malawi is a very, very special African country. I guess what makes it special is the wildlife, the beautiful scenery, but most importantly, the people. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. And I think it's number in the top 20 of the HIDP, which is the highly indebted poor countries. Also a very friendly country. They marketed it as the warm heart of Africa.
One of the reasons that I
Okay, I'm gonna start lifting.
already
Let's
for
do
a
it.
long time wanted to visit Malawi is that I grew up in Africa and I'm a strain hunter, and I know that one of the best sativas grow in Malawi. An expedition like this, especially Malawi, is only possible with four-wheel drive cars because it's rainy season. It rains between 200 and 400 mils a month. Maybe we should get out here, no? Let's get out here.
I had, I think, 25 phone calls and 15 emails with the manager of Avis Lilongwe. And in the end, we arrived at the airport, and instead of a Toyota Hilux 4x4, they gave me a Toyota Corolla. The long walk, the longest walk of the whole week, for nothing. We got a 1.5 to 2 hours walk program officially. We start walking, we get to the first location, we find the group that is supposed to guide us to the second location, and on the way we start discovering that the 2 hours are becoming 3.
That flat side there, yeah? Is that where it is?
And the 3 hours are becoming 4.
Is it up the top or we have to walk all the way down to the rift?
And the hills are getting steeper and steeper and steeper. Look, the most important thing, Tomo, is that if you are not sure about something, you have to let us know that you're not sure. It's fine, but don't let us think it's 1 hour, and then after 1 hour it's another 45 minutes, and then after 45 minutes it's another hour and a half, because it doesn't work.
We can't walk for 12 hours, man. This is crazy. So we waste the whole day. The walk was like longer than 6-7 hours, and we had to go back in the dark, and we didn't make it.
Sometimes that's what it takes. It cannot always go good. Sometimes you have to just keep walking for nothing. Omar, good morning. This is Franco. I'm waiting. I'm part of the crew that is waiting for those 2 4x4s. You confirm, eh? You confirm the vehicles are available today, yeah? Perfect.
Paid a lot of money for a lot of tour acts. You
brought a lot of seeds.
How big? 3 hectares?
Indica in India.
6 hectares.
And how high are the plants now?
100 years.
High.
So they got like the world's
And the
best
second
seeds
day
in
we start
Africa.
driving and meet a very, very old contact of me called Isaac. He brought us to a really tiny village high up in the mountain. And we sat there for a while, talked to the local people, met our connection.
You see this plant? This plant here, this ganja plant here. It's his plant.
And some seeds in Canada are seeds. So
Vicks, it smells like Vicks. The minty one, yes. He knows sativa, this guy.
it's called greenhouse seeds.
This is from this year, fresh crop, huh? And there we only had to walk 500 meters down into the bush, and there was this huge field of 5-6 hectares in Malawi. Sam the skunk man, we find your stuff, mate. Huh?
Real Malawi. Some serious resin on this one. Really the size of the crystals.
The short time, eh? Unbelievable, no?
It's marvelous.
This is very good, eh? The resin, the catchy seed, no? You don't see this in Africa normally, so many resin on the plant. How many people you need for this to work? Because it's a lot of work, eh? 15 people you have from the village to clear all the weeds.
And that field really impressed me because it was for me the first time that I had the chance to see the Malawi gold growing in such a scale. So I could really see many special characteristics of the plants on a big scale, on a good volume for statistical watch.
This is monkeys just eat hemp here and get stoned. It's funny, eh? And the baboons is a problem? They take a lot, or? Because I can see everywhere a little bit baboon damage, eh? They eat it? And then they make party. Baboon party.
Wild party.
Yeah? If you go into an area like Malawi and you meet a lot of people, you see grows for 20 years, you see grows for 10 years, and you see grows for 1 or 2 years. Most of the time they're a little bit scared and not allowed to say to you from their family or the community how long they grow. As a strain hunter, you really have to make sure that you know who is doing what, because often you can see that the not so good grower is also the guy who hasn't obtained the very good seeds to grow his next year crop.
Growers in Malawi are very resourceful people. They are very poor people. They are people who use everything they can to maintain their family and their children.
The reason why they call it Malawi gold is that this crop, yeah, it is rare just like gold.
Yeah.
You can't find it any other way or in other country.
Okay.
And this, with just a little, you can fetch much money.
That's what makes them good growers, the need for survival. These guys don't know nothing. They don't know how to speak English almost. But they know things about the plants that are pretty amazing.
Did you ever try to give fertilizer to the plants? Yeah, the charcoal they use as fertilizer, yeah.
Some of them are already so advanced that they actually pull their males. Some of them are so advanced that they actually know they have 2 phenotypes in their field, even if they don't know the meaning of the word phenotype in English.
Hey, when did you plant this? When did you plant?
Oh, that's about January.
January.
January 20.
20 January. And when you harvest?
May.
May, 20 May.
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah.
So you have 4 months of harvest.
You can see that a lot of them use agricultural techniques that are borrowed from other industries. You can see that, for example, they try to plant the ganja field the same way that the cassava fields are planted. And you can also see that what they do is a very sophisticated thing called inbreeding. And that means to completely isolate one strain, one genetic, and let it only reproduce with itself, like in one single family.
And you always use your own seeds?
Okay, they do have their own seeds.
Their own seeds.
Yeah.
They take out and they plant every year.
Yeah.
So these seeds are very, very old. This is maybe already 100 generations then.
And these people are doing that even without realizing, because they have one place, and that's so far away from any other place, that the seeds they make every year are completely inbred seeds.
Yeah, very good job, eh?
Very good
Eh?
job, man.
Yeah.
I am seriously impressed by this.
How long you grow?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
You're a good farmer.
You are a serious farmer. Respect, bro.
It's perfect, yes.
You make the world happy. What a dream would it be to have a field like this in Europe.
Yeah, man, imagine.
You see how small we are, eh?
Yeah.
And now you can see how they pushed to indoor.
Yeah.
Outdoor would be much nicer, but they really pushed to indoor. For us, it's also nice to see actually what's not possible in Europe anymore. In Europe, because the war on drugs went so crazy, with all the Christian parties and other people against us, everything moved indoor.
Indoor growing is for sure against nature. So people grow indoor when they cannot grow outdoor, because we all know it's scientifically proven that the best marijuana in the world is grown under the sun.
So what happens now in my country, we all have like 10, 20 lights, and we grow under the lights and grow in a certain kind of indoor pot that a lot of time is used with the wrong chemicals, not flushed properly, has not the right taste.
There is no indoor light that can replicate the sunlight. So the range of cannabinoids and terpenes that can develop in the marijuana resin, thanks to the sunlight, is never achievable on an indoor setting.
The governments in Europe really pushed to grow indoor because we have no choice.
And to waste the electricity and to
waste
create more
electricity,
pollution.
to create pollution, to all kinds of things.
This actually is offsetting CO2, this whole thing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, indoor, you can really control your environment. When you grow outdoor, you can never grow scientifically. So to study the marijuana plant and to genetically develop it, to create new strains, it is necessary to work indoor as well. You cannot do it by only doing it outdoor. But my heart always tells me the best marijuana in the world is outdoor marijuana.
And when you come back here, you see the love of the people and the passion. And at the same time, the whole community is living on it. You see outdoor pot grown in soil that's absolutely not fertilized. Sometimes they use charcoal, that's the only thing they use. And the plants are beautiful green and have a beautiful taste and a beautiful high. The big difference is that the pot outside is not as strong as the pot inside, but has a much better taste that I personally prefer. So yeah, smoking pot in Africa is great, and especially in Malawi, where we had great evenings smoking the Malawi Gold.
Okay, so what we have here is an original Malawi cup, and let's have a look what's inside. There you go, the original Malawi cup. Not bad. Check it out.
Nice, got that woody smell there.
Yeah. It's not really fermented actually. I thought it would ferment more in the cup. That's cool.
It's for food.
So we're gonna taste it soon.
it's a good pick for morning.
Now we have very good.
It's the best from Africa.
Yeah, best from Africa, like from Malawi originally.
The third day we went on, another contact of us in Nakota Bay, We call them James Brown, James Brown.
Okay, you guys come, we go.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Working, man.
Hi, it's him. Yeah. How are you doing, man?
I remember the guy.
Everything okay?
What's up? Nice to see you.
How's his plans?
The rest are being cutted by some thieves.
By some
Stolen.
thieves.
Yeah, the story.
They stole his money.
Ganja's been a plant that was always here, but ganja growing in the end and in our current context is a survivalist thing. People do it to survive. Malawi and many parts of southern Africa, it's been a survivalist thing that people can do to make money and feed their families.
We are making fun of this oil for food program that came during the 90s in the Middle East, where basically they were telling people that in the end the oil was supposed to feed them and really give them what we never had. We are doing that with cannabis. Cannabis is doing that itself with all the poorest people of the planet. Basically, it's the crop that can save the children of the poorest areas of the planet, and the people perceive the crop as a positive one. They know it's a plant, they know it's not a poison, they know it's not a hard drug, they know that it's just a way to keep their families alive without harming the planet. Oh yeah.
Slowly now, the world has come to a conclusion that we can see that the big success of us comes due to feminized seeds. Feminized seeds is a crop that it says itself already, it's only feminized plants. The big advantage of feminized plants is that you have a very stable crop, homogenetic totally, and you could say for like 90%, and you don't have any males. So it will be very, very nice in the future, and I think it will take maybe another 10 years, but you will see in the future that farmers in poor areas will start growing feminized crops for their community and to gain much more money to send the children to school and to develop their houses in a community.
Look, you made hash. Wow, Malana.
Whoa, man.
There's a money.
That's really good, my man.
This is.
This is. Wow.
He made it.
Finger, eh? Finger hash. Like that. Yeah.
Wow.
He really did it, man.
Tell, this is the first Malana
He
hash.
really did it, man.
Look at this, man. Wow.
Damn.
Charas from
Malawi. Malawi black.
That doesn't even exist, man.
I think you are.
We created this.
I think you are amazing. Amazing, man, for listening to the king and making the real.
You like?
This is
too strong, huh?
Too strong, eh?
James Brown and Nelson, really, really nice guys. It was quite frustrating and hard when we finally got there and found that everything had been cut down. It happens in Africa, we could understand it, but I was a bit frustrated with the two guys.
Yeah, guys, and we have been walking for four hours for this field. Yeah, and I already told you, make sure that we go to a field, yeah?
To get there, to walk so far and then find a few plants was a little bit disappointing, particularly when you got the king and Branco.
And it must be like 3 times this size to say it's a field. You understand? Yeah. One of the guys apparently didn't check the fields properly, and we went walking and walking up, down, and it was a very, very rainy day. We had a real kind of tropical mousson, and walking up and down the hills, and we saw some plants, but not much. How far away is the next field from here?
James Brown and Nelson did a lot of damage to our expedition because they cost us like 1.5 days. But they also did some good because in the end they took us back to that one grower where a few months ago we found the most amazing single plant that up to now I saw in Malawi. And thanks to James Brown, in the end, we have the genetics. So we forgive James Brown.
There you see the big mountains popping up. Look.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
What we did now, we first did a little bit the south, then we did the middle, and now we're going to the north. And you see the diversity of the genetics in the different areas already.
Absolutely.
We are the only ones who are really looking for the wild land races in countries and bringing this back and crossing this. But I think it's really time to share this with everybody who wants to have it. So what I would suggest to do is make this big genetic wall on the fairs, make a few hundred crosses. For example, here we have the Malawi Gold, so we make it in pure form.
And then throw everything we have on it.
So what we will do is we will make all kinds of bags and put in like 20 seeds. And we will have stable rice and unstable strains, hybrids. And we will just give this to people and make sure everybody can share this, because
that way we can use the expertise and the logistics of our customers, and they can help us getting much more.
Because we already have 1800 crosses of hybrids in the fridge lying, and we have no time to grow it out. It's so much, it's better to start sharing this with people. Yeah,
how many times you open that fridge and I start drooling and telling you, hey man, let's take that out, hey, let's use that. And
we maybe used 100 strains from the 1800s.
Never have time.
And you have no space, you need 10,000 lights to do it and you don't have them. So I think we should start making a genetic wall. Vincent, who is the brother of Tomo, who I used as an assistant during the whole trip, and we tried to help his family out with all kinds of stuff. In previous trips he asked me to bring his brother along because his brother wanted to go to the universities to study medicine. So we decided to pay his fee for the first year and we took him along.
What's up?
We got a little problem. I need you to phone Nelson because apparently James Brown and Vincent were arrested last night in Kotakota for being out too late past the curfew. So we just want to find out where they are, if they're still in custody, whatever. Over.
You got enough? We had to drop off Vincent in Nakota Bay, and apparently an ambulance got hijacked there. And the police was looking out for the robbers of this ambulance. And all the young guys that were walking on the street got arrested and thrown in prison.
Well, fortunately when I got there, they were free. And all I had to do was pay a few little bribes and also replace the $100 which they'd received in tip money, which was, of course, really important for them.
Hey Nelson, hey, what time they leave? How many people in the car? 3, perfect, I know enough. Everyone out? Okay, cool, my man. Ciao.
Okay.
Rock in.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good.
Thank you. My name is James.
James?
Yes, please.
Not
Nice
James
to meet you.
Brown.
No, James musician.
When Simon finally pulled him out and came back to us and everything seemed to be fine, we go look for the next guy. We had an appointment with Peter, and apparently Peter is in jail as well.
These things all happen on a trip like this. We decided, because Peter was not available, to go on our own. So what we did, we arrived at the village from Mr. Banda. The crop was stolen by people. So unfortunately also that crop was not available anymore. So we went back in the mud and in the rain. It was a terrible trip.
I've been stuck in some places in my life, but like you get stuck in Africa, there is no way of getting stuck anywhere else. Because the mud is just different here. It's just this mix of clay and sand and the evil of the devil in it.
And in these situations you all can see how fragile a big expedition is to find something. Something can go really, really small wrong, and the next 2 days you're stuck and you're going to miss out on your big fields or other things.
I was struggling. I was really thinking we were going to spend a night there. But thank God we got out.
We all know anyway that the area where Isaac is, that is the area of Malawi where the best stuff grows. So we spent another day there, and then we went back to Isaac, who in the meantime located a few other fields for us to find the original Malawi gold. With table.
And then we give special food. This special food, fertilizers.
Yeah, mafuta.
Yeah. Isaac was the real link, because Isaac was really the guy that the growers trusted. The growers didn't trust Tomo, the growers didn't trust Vincent or Nelson or James Brown. Not even me and Aryan, because they just don't know us. But the growers trusted Isaac.
Isaac was our gem. In fact, a lot of the large fields that we eventually accessed was through Isaac. The other guys will often talk a bit of exaggeration. Isaac never exaggerated. In the end, we saw umpteen fields because of his connections. Really liked Isaac.
The bags are open.
Look at the seeds.
Loads.
Let's separate.
I'm gonna steal that bag, yeah? I'm gonna run away with the bag. Watch this. I go! Nice how they dry, eh? Wow, we got it all, eh?
King,
Huh?
I have no words to express my feelings. This is the real deal. The real deal.
We gotta really pull it off, eh?
We really pulled it off.
It was actually the first time in the whole Malawi mission that a group of guys so rough in the middle of nowhere gave me the feeling of really having cover, organized, completely organizing what they do.
Oh man, I envy these guys.
Real guerrilla style, eh?
Real.
But you see also they go away, and in 4 weeks the grass is up again. They put it down again.
Yeah.
They can move quickly. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
They just
yeah.
take another hill.
It's a whole flexible, serious operation here, man. It's just really pros, these guys.
Let's walk to the fields, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
it's a nice patch here, eh?
Wow.
And you see the same farmers, they put also again here, they put this patch of seeds down.
Yeah, and then nature does the
And
selection.
nature does the selection.
May the strongest survive.
Can you ask him why this patch is greener?
Because it's different better.
Different, he put more charcoal in the ground here. Ah, he fertilized this ground a little bit with charcoal.
You can see.
Yeah.
This one is really
Look at the
branching.
internodes here.
Uniform and
From here.
steady.
1, 2, 3,
Steady.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here
Full
it gets
blast.
a little shorter. You see in the top.
And look at the competition already of the fourth, fifth set of branches. Already it's over half the plant already climbing up to compete. Really solid genetically.
And she's still pretty green for the end of the crop because they're going to harvest now.
Yeah, but that's also because of their system. You could stretch this one more.
Yeah. But that's because they put the seeds in, so it finishes off early.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But he pulled all his males, eh?
Yeah.
See that, eh? He
Yeah,
took all his
indeed.
males away.
There's not one male here. Just
Yeah.
too late, huh?
They're
Just
too late. They're too late.
They're just too late.
But
They
you
don't
know-
recognize them on time.
Well, what the thing is here, they just sell it with seeds. That's how it comes. Because you know why? Because if the seeds are in the pot, it's heavier.
Yeah,
So they get more money for the thing, and they need the seeds for next year. So they just do the seed thing here, you know. This is how it all works all over Africa. You'll see that.
Demand and supply.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's walk a little to the other side.
It was a smooth walk, it was not too steep, and we get to this beautiful, beautiful field. Really amazing location. Perfect sun exposition with the greatest soil. Very, very, very good fertilized. This guy burned trees. They improved the soil with ashes to give the extra P and K for the flowering. Serious formation on this.
It's good. We got all the seeds from this area. Now look how beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
Nah, this is serious production on this. Much more than the other ones. And here, I would say the internode stays even a little shorter.
Yeah.
I see two phenos in this field. I
all
see
the
this.
seeds.
This is more fruity, and the leaf is a little more pointy, and the other one is stronger branching, longer internode a little bit, a little bit more, less pointy leaf, and in the end woodier.
What do you think, Si?
Incredible.
Nice, eh?
Just goes on and on.
Check it out. Woody one, fruity one.
Yeah.
And the
It's funny,
branching
yeah?
is much more solid and the internode longer on the woody
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
It's funny, eh?
But
These
look,
two
the
phenos.
leaves. Look at the leaves here. Look, I'll show you the leaves. Look at the difference.
Let me see.
One is slimmer than the other.
Yeah, full on.
You see that?
Full on. The thicker one is the more woody one, and the thinner one is the more fruity one. That's the funny part, because you would imagine the fruitier one has more indica in it, but it's actually the one with the more sativa leaf. This is really genetically very, very interesting field. Huh? And you see that only the fruity one gets the red on the stems, and the woody one doesn't. Stays green, the stem. Only the fruity one gets the red lines, the thick red lines. Transportation highways.
Yeah, for sure.
Very interesting.
Franco, I got the virus here. Look.
Yeah, totally.
You see the virus? The very
100%.
slim. Well, it's not a
100%.
virus, it's a bacteria actually.
Yeah, interaction.
But you see, compared to the healthy plant, it gets you see the cut of the leaf also here. Exactly, the cut of the leaf goes away and it gets very slim and it gets light yellow and it dies.
And also the texture gets crunchy. You can almost crunch it.
Oh, I got bitten again. Beautiful, eh? It's so perfect.
Really beautiful.
Frank, you coming?
Absolutely.
Simon saw a patch on the other side. It's apparently really nice, like everything here. This is a real strain, man. Here the strain hunters find something really
worth hunting.
Yeah.
Worth walking hours and hours in the jungle.
This is the one. Look at this. The Malawi gold. Here it is.
Once we saw the first field, we even got the chance to get to the second field. And the second field was actually the most amazing I've seen in the entire mission. Because there you could really see that all the factors that one grower was able to do that, the other grower was able to do that, the other grower was able to finish up with a final touch, and they put it all together in one place. Now this place had really everything. It had the right technique of planting, the right spread out of genetics, the seedlings were germinated properly, the males were being pulled out in the right time. So for me it was really nice to see that even though they don't really know how to do it in an organized way, it comes down on a quite organized way.
That's a pineapple thing again.
Yeah, that's it. Huh?
There's a few of those in the field that we find, eh?
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's the new stuff we're going to use to breed.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is really something very particular. I've never seen this before. Yeah, we should test this in a laboratory for the turtles and see what comes out here, but this is really very interesting. Put some seeds away.
We bring it back, you know, we work with it, see what comes out.
I don't know any haze right now
that has
the full pineapple thing. You know, you can talk about mango and you can talk about, well, they have strawberry and,
whatever.
you know. We should make it pure, in a pure form, so people can breed with it. So we make feminized Malawi gold seeds, and the best one we can pick out indoor, and we should cross it all.
We let people select for us.
And then we let people select for us. They put the thread on the internet,
give
and then
seeds.
and give the seeds for free and put it in our gene bank and see what comes out. Because this is fabulous, huh?
Pineapple, anyone? People are gonna freak out, man. People that love the fruity stuff, they're gonna lose it.
Anything interesting up there, Simon?
Just goes up and up and up and up.
Very interesting.
More treasure
But I
seeds.
think we saw like now 20 fields in Malawi, and all of them are different, eh? All farmers are different, they grow all different.
Much more variety than expected. Much more variety. Also in the same field where it's been inbreeding and inbreeding again for God knows how many hundreds years of inbreeding, still you see the 2-3 lines and beautiful uniform in between themselves. Really amazing.
Well, I think we find enough to make the world happy on seeds here. I think we have a lot of new stuff to work.
A lot of work for the
lot of new work for the next few years, because here the original Malawi gold should really come back. It's so nice. I think everybody should go back to smoking sativa, but yeah, you know my opinion. Eh? You want to smoke indicas, well, you also
don't bring me
sativas.
back in the discussion again. Eh?
I want this.
How many times we go
I want everybody
discussion?
to smoke this thing. I want everybody to be high, and I don't want everybody to be stoned. I want
there's the
everybody
moment to be high, there's the moment to be stoned.
want
There's the moment
everybody
for
to
the
be-
whiskey, there's the moment for the red wine. Yeah?
That's always. Anyway.
The Milan expedition was really special. It was a privilege to be with the King and Franca and to find what we did find.
The Malawi mission has been a great success. It's been very difficult, very harsh on the equipment and on us, but we accomplished it, we did it.
It was a very successful trip for us. We have seen huge fields from 4, 5, 6 hectares of Malawi gold. We have brought back different batches of seeds from all different regions, and yeah, it was very successful. We got all the seeds and all the phenotypes we wanted to breed with for the future.
Ja, Rastafari, Selassie, ainam.
Wait just a second, I'll change the picture. You look very nice.
Yeah, we are going with these guys to Ganja Plantation.
Maybe next year I come again. I come and look you up, eh? Because you are the best.
Wanyanga, and he was the first strategic person to have such wonderful decisions of constructing this bridge. His aim was, one, to help the students so that they should go to school, and the community. Godwin Wanyanga passed away 10 years ago. Although he is kissing the earth, but he is still speaking through his wise technology, the basket bridge that you have come to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
I first had my contact with the Swazi weed when I was living in London in 1997, and I remember buying Swazi weed there and really enjoying the smoke. And after that, I didn't really have the chance to grow this plant or to see it anymore. And finally, a few years ago, me and Aryan decided, hey, Swaziland should be on top of the list for our strain hunter missions, because it's one of the most famous cannabis producing country, one of the largest producers in Africa, even though it's one of the smallest. It's a friendly country, and the cannabis that comes from Swaziland is worldwide famous. So we slowly developed this mission, and we sent Simon to scout about 4 months ago, and he spent quite an extensive period of time on the territory, on the field, with a few other guys, and prepared the mission for us. So here we are, Swaziland 2012.
Nice. Mamma mia!
That's a nice field, dude. That's a nice field.
That's beautiful green. It's like a huge cross of everything. As a connoisseur, as a strain hunter, you always rush into the fields because you want to see all the marijuana. And this time we decided to stay on the rock and have a good look from above. Also, the reason we did this is that you see a lot of different phenotypes here in Swaziland. So if you sit from a little distance away, you can very well see the field.
Look at these ones here on the right.
Yeah.
And you move over and there's a dark
And you
patch
see some
of
big buds sometimes in the mix.
Yeah.
Like you had big heads, really.
So see, the more you go outside, the more yellow it gets.
Yeah.
Let's go into it, eh?
Look at this. Completely pink.
If you want to smell to puke.
Very puke.
Here, smell this one.
That's very strong.
Yeah?
Dude.
Ugh.
It's a bit like almost Malawian.
What is that?
Something to this plant. Very, very beautiful plants. The field was a mixed field sativa and skunk mixed together, or sativa and indica, but very nice and a very, very great start to the day.
Swaziland is a different picture compared to other African countries. People are very organized. There is a very easy environment compared to other parts of Southern Africa. The climate is milder, the soil is richer and very fertile. You guys plant close, huh? You're pushing it, huh? Where you get the genetics? You replant your own seeds?
I collect it around.
Yes.
From somebody.
But you take out the good seeds from the big plants, or you just do
For
random,
next year.
or you mix?
Yeah, we just mix.
You just mix.
Very sativa.
Also, it's a lot of seeds, eh? They don't pull the males here, eh? Look, that's funny. You see?
Same system as Malawi, yeah?
Yeah. What's the reason they grow so many plants in one spot here?
No.
Huh?
Okay. It's a match just in case one dies.
Okay, they have more.
They have more.
We noticed in the second field that the technique they used to plant was very similar to what we previously saw in Malawi quite a few years ago. 10, maybe 12, maybe 15 seeds in one place, one spot, and then just made the strongest survive, basically. And this is a technique that in one way can be a saver, because there's always one or two good plants that survive the group. But on the other hand, in a place where the climate is not so extreme, such as Swaziland, we felt that the growers that select one or two plants at the time for planting are doing the better job. Very good, guys. Beautiful field.
Beautiful buds. This is far, right? This is like getting ready.
Wow. Look at this.
Whoa, man. Skunky and sativish at the same time. Really good.
Also, that's hunting line drain, eh?
Yeah, full on. Full on.
You do really good here. Wow, this one smells particular, man.
Yeah, more sativish a bit.
So, we can say that Swaziland is the champion of Africa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
At the moment, I have to say it's impressive what I'm seeing here, quality-wise.
And good farming, little patches, eh?
Yeah, well taken care of.
The variety of genetics was quite impressive. It was a very big mix of high-grade seeds from Europe and from America, mixed with the local Swazi genetics, probably watered down already a few generations, but it was immediately clear that this is no small game, that these people are growing great bud and they're doing it very effectively. How are you, man?
I'm cool, man.
Huh?
I am Irie, man.
Irie.
You see, his name is Smart. He's doing a smart job.
Okay. So we call him Smart.
And this one is Manga. Surprise.
Manga is surprise.
Surprise.
So we have a smart surprise here.
Smart surprise.
Yes.
They're doing a wonderful job.
You guys are very good growers, huh? There's not much seeds in it, huh? You guys take out the plant with the seeds?
We pull the males out, then leave the females.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before they start flowering.
So you grow marijuana with no seeds?
Seedless.
Seedless. How long you have the seeds of this field?
I don't know, I think
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
And you know where you got them from?
The other guy comes in Joburg.
From Joburg?
Mm-hmm.
We had to get them up at 4 a.m. basically to get into a field really, really early in the morning. The reason being is that it was in a commercial pine forest, and we had to basically get there before anyone was up. So we left early, we did about a 45-minute drive, we arrived just before 5 a.m, we took a walk.
We get into the forest, and not too far away from where we leave the car, we find this amazing field. It was gigantic. It was probably the largest field we saw during this trip.
Frank, come look at this bud, mate. You can see how beautiful it is. It's really, really beautiful. Look at this, mate.
Wow.
Look how nice it's built up. All the. Look how wide, man. This is high grade, man. Look at this. Look how wide. There's no mold, nothing. It's completely clean. Look. That's the bud of the day, guys.
Yeah.
Award-winning plant. And look how high this plant is, man. Because I'm 2 meters nearly. Look.
Amazing.
The plant's 4 meters.
Yeah.
Yo, look at that leaf. Wow, what a smell, eh, Frank?
It's fruity, eh, this one. Much fruitier than the rest. Yeah. Beautiful.
It's a nice plant, man. I like the smell.
Yes.
Look, these seeds are good. Look, they're fine. You see? They're nice and brown. They're already healthy. You keep them in a pot dry, and you can put them out when you like. And then you only take the seeds from the really good plants, and you put them out. And you will see next year, every time you do that, in 3-4 years, you will only have this.
Yeah?
Yes. If you can control it.
Yeah.
Your patches are not too big, because here you have 1 hectare, no? This is 2,000 plants?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is big, eh?
The genetics were impressive. It was very mixed, a little bit more high grade than the previous day we saw. Less Swazi in the genetics, more foreign influence, more Amsterdam influence and California influence. And they were loaded with buds. The resin also was very, very impressive. We arrived early in the morning, so the plants were still wet, shining. And when the first rays of the sun came up on the field, it was like glittering, like diamonds in the buds. It was fantastic. Only outdoor resin can have that particular glow with the sunlight. It's something so cosmetic and so beautiful.
We also got to meet the growers living out in the bush, which was really nice. It was nice to connect with them, to gain knowledge from them, to pass a bit of the knowledge that we could across. Really, really soldiers living out in the bush, amazing guys, big smiles on their faces.
What are you guys eating? Can you show?
Mealy meal juice.
Mealy meal juice.
Yeah, gives lots of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you know, maize is the Swazi staple food.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many places in Africa there do they eat this? Because you see it
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right, yeah. That
and you eat it in the morning, or you eat it during the whole day?
The whole day it keeps you going.
Yeah.
Want to try some?
Oh, I would like to try some.
In Swaziland, you taste first before giving somebody else. Because you don't know, maybe there's, what do you call it, poison. Maybe I want to poison you, so I must...
You must try it. This is the tradition in Swaziland. Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you, man. Don't use that. Don't use no sugar, huh? Very good. Don't use sugar, man. This is nice, huh? You drink the whole thing.
There's nothing combo.
You're hungry or what? Enjoy.
It was impressive to notice also the irrigation technique. They had to pump. They had to bring the water from over 2 kilometers away with piping, plastic piping, without the use of pumps or electricity, exclusively with gravity.
Mostly irrigation is done by hand with watering cans, and very, very occasionally you might find a pump. But in Swaziland, what really blew us away was the network of agricultural piping. Everywhere you go, people are very, very advanced in this level. Many years ago, they realized that water was essential to the equation, and you find a network of pipes feeding water by gravity to the fields. You can also see that this is basically also transferred and rubbed off and helped people in other ways. Swaziland's the first country where we also see, because of the irrigation, that there's also water to homestead. So people developed the gravity feed systems to feed their fields, and now you find basically water flowing all over the kingdom to houses as well.
And we grow this, we started long time ago because, you know, the people, it helps us to pay school fees.
Yeah.
Everything that we need.
How many families in total will benefit of one field like this? This is 1 hectare with 2,000 plants roughly, no? So, rough estimation, how many families?
30, even 30 families, because it keeps on, you know, from
because one guy brings the money home, no?
Yeah. Everybody got his own share.
Yeah, everybody gets his own share.
Yeah.
Did somebody ever say something in the government about how big this crop is compared to other agriculture crops?
Yeah, they do say it. Because like Swaziland's also got lots of sugarcane plantations.
Yes, or millie.
Yeah, so the motto, like when they advertise the sugar, they say Swazi gold. But people laugh and say the really Swazi gold. You know what's the really Swazi gold? Yeah.
So it's not the sugar cane, it's the ganja.
Yeah, it's not the sugar cane.
But they call the sugar cane the Swazi gold.
Yeah, they call it the Swazi gold, the government.
Yeah. So you have any idea how many people in this country are working with marijuana?
Thousands. Yeah.
Thousands of people.
Yeah.
How many people live in Swaziland? 1.2 million, huh?
Yeah.
Cannabis is the cash crop of Swaziland, and is the only crop that can really guarantee school fees and housing and a decent living standard to basically the majority of the rural population of the country.
How are you? Yeah, buddy. Man, that's sick, dude. Nice, man. What's up, like poker? Stoner man. Bro, that's sick. What are you doing? Is that exercise?
Next to one of the fields, they were growing a whole field, and they had all the plants in little nice pots. So we were wondering, you know, small 10-liter pots. It's a lot of work. You have to water maybe once, in the hot summer maybe twice a day. So we spoke to the guy, said, why you do that? Normally you cut out the bottom and put them in the... But here not.
Yeah, the reason the bottom is not cut is when the cops come, the guys are able to take the plant and run away with it.
Undoubtedly you would do some root damage, but you could probably save your plant if you had advance warning that the police were coming.
You see, the anti-drug squad, they used to come here to check. They use binoculars. After checking, they don't destroy at the same time. After checking, they come maybe after 2 days. Then it gives you time to take the pods and even the whole field and move.
Yes, or you can put it somewhere else. So if a grower puts like this field here in the ground, you will put some in bags to make sure they have food and money.
They cannot destroy all your crops.
No, okay, so this is partly we work like this.
Plan.
But this is the first backup plan I've ever seen that you can run with your plants outdoor. Think about that, huh?
New method.
It's a new method.
New method.
So where this method came from? Who started with this idea, running away with the plants?
The farmers, they used to think, because most of the time, I think maybe 10 years back, they used to, the evil forces, they were using helicopters from South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they using helicopters, they destroy everything. Then after that, they discovered that maybe they can use this thing so that they can take it, hide it somewhere. Unlike destroying your whole crops.
It is only after the passing of King Sobhuza II in 1982. The use of helicopters really has almost destroyed the economy of the people.
King Sobhuza II died in 1982, and that marked a change in the enforcement efforts of the government. In 2000, from 2000 to 2005 was a very, very dark period in Swazi growing history. It saw the beginning of an aerial eradication program by the US government. and involved the spraying of a product called Monsanto from the helicopters onto fields. This decimated the production at the time to a point where even local seeds become unavailable. And what villages and areas were doing at the time to make up for that was that one area would be raided by the helicopters and sprayed. They wouldn't even have seeds for the next crop, and so they would borrow from another area in Swaziland. So that is actually probably the biggest reason why, the biggest cause of the genetics disappearing was the spraying program.
Hey, and those evil forces, no more helicopters for the moment?
Yeah, they ban them because they destroy everything, even the trees.
Okay.
The nursery, the next generation. What are these, eh?
Simpson Kush.
Simpson Kush.
Simpson Kush. Yeah. Simpson Kush from States. And are the seeds legal or illegal in Swaziland?
Yeah, it's illegal because you remember that man who got arrested for like 3 kilos of seeds.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Okay, what they used to do in the old days, if they get arrested and the quantity is above 3 kilos, you didn't get bail at the time. But now things have changed. Yeah,
Now
they
you
used
get
to
bail.
first weigh it.
And even the MPs, members of parliament, right now they are trying to decriminalize it, you know.
They're trying to decriminalize it in the parliament, so that's very good then. But that's maybe the first country in Africa then, because I never heard of it before.
Yeah. Even there are people living next to the king that they are smoking the ganja. They are not even being disturbed or even arrested, you know.
No.
And next to the royal crown, you know, they
Everybody planting seeds.
some few
in
plants
the-
so that they can smoke.
in the
They are
garden
good
of-
for the regiments.
Yeah.
Even today, the king's scrolls, the warriors, they still smoke.
And are they also growing
And
that,
no, they're growing it, and nobody can attack them. When they start smoking in the morning, then they're praising all the kings, all the ancestors. It is such a ceremony where everybody gets really built up with great motivation for what they're going to do. Because they were ready to go and fight, they were now ready. Ready.
Simon made the planning for our trip very, very effective. We didn't waste any time. Every day we were full. We had 2-3 locations a day. So we drove on to the second field and we went for a walk, a nice walk in the forest to reach one of the most beautiful sceneries that we got in our mission. It was this field overlooking the valley, and at the bottom of the valley this huge lake and the river. It was beautiful. It was incredibly stunning.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Strawberry haze like this one. Yeah. Orangey, lemony, like tangerine.
Rick and Scott Steiner, let me welcome you back.
Oh, Team 3D, you guys are out of your mind. Coming to Atlanta, Georgia, the place that the Steiner brothers got their start in professional wrestling. You guys are out of your mind, making it a table match, because tonight we're going to beat you at your own game. And after it's all said and done, you're going to be taking splinters out of your fat asses all night long, because you got some fat asses. The only chance you have no chance, but you had a chance, is that you can run lickety-split. Because you can't run because you got some fat asses. And after it's done, we're going to have a tailgate party for all my freaks out there in Atlanta, Georgia. You wanted some, you got some. This is the big time, boys. You come down that aisle, the Steiner brothers has got something for you. Ooh, it's a dog pound. Ooh.
Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off.
tell. Coherent womanizing promos.
I don't have 30 days and 30 nights to show your wife what a physical phenomenon I...
On a rock overlooking this beautiful panorama. And we had a very interesting conversation with Russ, one of our guides, and with one of the local growers. Again, confirmation of the fact that cannabis is one of the plants that help the poorest people on the planet live above the poverty line. He confirmed again to us that without the major cash crop, this country would really be in trouble, and the people would not be able to send the children to school and to live on a decent level. What types of marijuana grow best? What types of skunk? Like White Widow or Haze, or a little bit strains that you try?
We can grow any because we are we're not novice.
You can grow any strains.
And our climate is okay.
So when you start in summer, what time you start to plant? Is it September or October?
Just depend on your seeds, on the quality of seeds that you have.
Really?
So where do you get your seeds from?
We just ask from the neighbors and friends.
From the neighbors, you share the seeds?
Yes.
So, but when you say it depends on the seeds, so if you had the Swazi seeds, when do you plant the Swazi seeds?
October, November.
And the new seeds, these new cross indica?
Anytime.
Anytime?
Anytime.
So it's
even later, so you can plant November, January.
And the original Swazi you only can plant, so you say November, December, and when or October even.
Yes.
And when would you harvest?
April.
April, so it's October, April plant.
Yes.
That's the original Swazi. You still grow it or not?
The Swazi?
Yeah.
No. We don't have any pure Swazi here. It's a cross.
It's a cross, but all over Swaziland or this area?
This area we don't have Swazi anymore.
This area.
No.
But you know that there is still places where they grow the real Swazi, or?